First, we have to check if our shoulders, our around of our armpit is the same, and you see it's not the same. The top is smaller than the bottom. So if that happens, we have to cut it, because we cannot sew to look perfect together. They have to be identical.
That's
yes,
the inside collar, isn't
yes,
it?
the inside part. Yes, is the facing.
Yeah, the facing.
They call it facing.
Facing.
Okay, so now I put it flat on the table, and look, I draw here what I have to cut. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, to here, just to here. Yeah. Just this side to here, and this side. Let me see. I have to put it together at the shoulder up here. Yes. The seam from the shoulder, they have to stay together. Yeah. And then I put it down, and I equalize it. I put it on the table, and again it's showing me what it's more. Yeah.
Surplus,
So I will draw, and I will cut this excess. That's it. So I draw it, and now with the scissor, can I have a good scissor? That one from there. I will cut it. You see, this is what I marked. Because it's so small, I'm keeping in my hand like this, and I'm cutting like this. Because it's very little to be able to put it on the table and cut. Look, it's even breaking. If I cut here, I'll cut your reverse, so we have to go and sew it again, yeah, because we cut the reinforcement. And I cut it to here, yeah. And now I go and I sew it back here. Look what foot I put. Okay. We have to put the normal foot, yes, the sewing foot, not the zip foot. Okay. Now I have to reverse here just a little bit. Break the thread. What?
Take your time.
Yeah. But there was no need for breaking the thread.
Have you thought about trying homeopathy for your back pain and everything?
I'm feeling better now. So I will go to the doctor at 3 o'clock today. Because I'm feeling very anemic. This is what I feel now. Yes. Okay, let's talk about sewing, because we record, yeah? So. Okay. You see how little I reverse? Very little.
Yeah.
Okay. And now we have to put the two things together. Yeah? So look. Here, the front, it's like this, yes, together. So we have to do the same at the sleeve. And to sew them, we have to say right side to the right side. We have to sew this right sides together. So we have to twist it like we did with the shirt, if you remember. You see, I turn it and I put it here at the shoulder seam. I pin it, and then I start to sew. But to sew, I need to take a little bit out from here to be able to have space to put the foot, yes, and to start to sew.
Well, why are we turning it? I'm confused. Why are we
You'll see when I finish sewing, you'll see. Because we have to sew inside, yes? To sew two parts together, we have to have face to face, and we sew on the back of the fabric, yes? Behind, like inside of the dress. So look, we put it here, take the pin out, and I will start to sew here. Reverse a little bit. That's it. And now I go as far as I can, because you see here, this is calling bagging, because this one is like you put it in a bag. Look, I can't go farther than that because it's impossible. So I'll go to here and I'll stop. That's it. I take it out and I take it, and I'll show you what I did. Look, you see what I did? I sew these two face to face, but you have to sew it through inside. So this is my shoulder, yeah? So I have to sew once this way, once the other way, and then I will sew it around here.
So
Yeah,
that's the inside
that
of it.
yes, because we have to
So
sew.
wait, hold on. So is that the
So
collar?
look,
Is that
no,
the
this
facing?
is
That's the
this
facing.
is around, yes, the facing. We attach the facing with the blouse, yes. So we sew this side, and now we have to go and sew from here on, from where we stop. I will turn it a little bit to make space to put my foot, and I continue this way now, yeah, from the middle, like from the shoulders where we sew, yeah, we go down
All the way round.
yeah, put this one down. So the blouse actually is going into, and you concentrate just on the margin here to have it free and to be able to sew the
So
two
just
parts
those
together.
two bits, no more fabric, just those two
No,
bits.
just just these two bits. Okay, you go back where you reverse at the top of the shoulder here, yes, and then you continue the same as long as you can. So look.
Close to the edge, yeah?
Yeah, edge of the foot with the edge of the garment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to about here I will stop, because then it started to be twisted, so it's not good to sew. You have to sew just when it's flat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will reverse. That's it. And I sew the two parts. Look. Yeah. I sew from the shoulder down, so here, for the shoulder down and for the shoulder down. Now I have all this one that it's under. It's much bigger room, because here it was very narrow because it's a like a strap, yeah. But now here we have a lot of room, so we go inside again and we continue from where we stop, yeah. So we stopped here and we have to attach these two. Yes, I concentrate on these two parts. So I will put a pin here to have the sides seam together, yes, because they have to align here, yeah. So I put this one, and I go and I sew from here to here, and then the what is left. So look, I open to be able to put my foot here, and I reverse. Now when I start, I don't need to reverse because I'm sewing over the part that I reversed before. And this is the way, you see, edge to edge. Stay on the edge with the zip, also with the foot, and you sew the two parts together, yeah. Make sure that nothing it's caught inside here, yeah. So look, because it's a little bit of a curve here, you have to go like this, and slowly by slowly you align the other one and you go farther. So open your seams, or whatever you did on one side, do on the other side. Yes, I open them, yeah, the seam. I keep the two together, and I go like this, and again I go. Now I stop with the needle in, I take the pin out, and I arrange again in front of me until here, you see, and here we will finish. So look, there are many things together, but you just concentrate on these two parts. This, yes, the facing and the blouse around the armpit. Stay at the edge here, don't go anywhere, just follow the edge. Yes, look, it's perfect. Yeah, okay. And then open until you get here where you reverse, and that's it. You overlap a little bit and get out, because we reversed already before. And look, now we saw all the record, because there is still to do. So we saw the two parts together, yes. But look how it's sitting, it doesn't stay nice. So what we need to do, we need to do the notches, because when it's on a circle, on a curve, it doesn't open, you see. But if I do the notches, it will open very beautifully.
So you can put the notches after?
But of course after, because you have to cut to the seam. So you have to know where your seam is.
I see. So when you've got a circle, if it's gathered like, you put notches
Afterwards. Well, not it's a curve, not a. It can be a circle, but it's a curve.
It's a curve.
Wherever you have curve, you need to cut these notches, because why? Look, now the fabric is opening. Before, look, it's holding. And when I turn it inside out and turn it like this, the fabric will open. Do you understand?
Yes.
So here, I again cut the notches, because it's all around here. Yeah.
And then do you have to sew those notches as well?
You just cut them.
Just cut them, need them.
Yeah. And then I'll show you, we need to do an under stitch to keep this
Shape.
facing inside. So for the facing to not come up here, we have to sew. I will show you how. And then you have to do it yourself, the other one, yeah? Okay. Okay, so now here, now look how good it's opening. Look at that. You see? It's taking the shape the way I want, yes? With the notches.
Yes.
And now I have to sew the seam allowance with the facing. And this is called understitch because it's a stitch under the stitch, yeah? So I will put it as far as I can because you cannot go up into the strap, but you can go down here, yeah? Good. Put it here. You don't need to reverse. This is just a stay in place stitch.
You're really close to the edge.
Yes. So look what I do. I turn the seam allowance on this side and then I open the seam, open it. Yeah? Because you have to be flat here.
Now sewing it into position.
Yes. So open, keep the seam allowance on the right and sew. And this it's called understitch. You have to do it to secure your facing that it will not pop out up when you wear the blouse. It will stay in. Because
I'm sure Gap garments don't have things like that. They don't have that quality of detail.
no, because if they are making in China, India, they make it quick because they pay by the hour, by the minute. So they don't have time to put. But the designers' clothes, they will have all this because they have to be. And this is also reinforcing the strength around your parts where you sew. Yeah. So look.
So you can go all the way around, yeah?
Yeah, not all the way. You go as far as you can because here you see when we come close to the strap you can't get in. Look, I can open it to about here and then I can't. So you go as far as you can. So I will go here, but this it will be enough. That's it. Look, I take it out and I'll show you and then we press it and to see the result. Okay, so look, now you see what's happened. This one, it's sewn with the seam allowance. And then you'll put a little stitch here and the facing is not coming out when you wear it, you see? It will stay in. So now, okay, let's press it. And that's it, we have it filled. And I am opening the seams here, yeah? Open. And you press little by little. Look, I press this part. And then, because this one is round, you cannot press it at once. So 5 centimeters, you see, I prepare it. I put the iron. I prepare it. I put the iron. And then you go around until, but you cannot press it at once. You have to have patience and take little by little, yes? Look, like this. And here. And we went all around. And now this is my finishing.
Oh, very nice.
Yes? So you see how beautiful it is?
Very proper.
Okay.
Polished, yeah.